Hey, how you doing? Justin back with you today to get on your case about doing some more transcribing. That is working out songs on your own. Now, you hopefully been following the course along and you've done some transcribing of riffs and some transcribing of power chord songs. This time we're going to be looking at songs that have got open chords, and they can be a little more tricky for most people. Now, the way that I'm going to lay it out for you is going to hopefully make it a bit easier in that I'm vetting the songs that I'm going to suggest that you do. Because I think most of the problems come when people try and work out a song and they don't know what some of the chords are. Like they only know open chords and the song that they're trying to work out has bar chords, that kind of problem. So that won't happen here. All of the songs are going to use open chords and including F chord. They might have minor embellishments, we'll talk about that a little later on, but generally it's only going to be chords that you should know by this stage of your guitar journey already. At this stage, I would just recommend that you write down what the chords are and the order of the chords and not worry too much about how many beats the different chords are played for. If you happen to have that knowledge already, if you're familiar with bars and counting the bars and you're finding that relatively easy, then sure, have a go at actually writing down the bars with, what I used to find helpful is I'd write on one stave, I'd divide it into 4 bars, put 4 little lines in each bar, for assuming the song's in 4/4, and then I would write the chords in above it, and I would count along, go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and change to G, 3, and 4, and to E, and try and do it a little bit like that. Some of you might be well up for doing that now. Others will be like, yeah, just slow down, fella. Let me just deal with the chords first of all. Both of those things are okay. You will find, even though I'm going to suggest to you that you're doing this rule super simple, some of you are going to find it really easy. You'll be looking at trying to listen out for the strumming patterns. You'll be listening to if there's chordal embellishments or any of that sort of stuff. But that's not how you want to start. Okay, you want to start real simple and just listen for what the chords are. That's the point of this exercise. If you didn't kind of realize it already, I'm trying to lead you to the harder songs, but by doing it more gradually than just suddenly trying to transcribe songs that might have anything in it. We had a look at the power chordy things first because they're relatively easy, same shape, just moving around the neck. We had a look at riffs, which become a little bit more complicated, into a little bit more focus for your ears. And now we're looking at whole chord grips that you're going to have to try and figure out, but from a very limited pool. Okay, that's how this is going to work. As usual, I'm going to give you some extra song tips over on the website. I might give you a few little hints here on the chords, or like how many chords there are, that kind of thing, as I go through and tell you the 10 songs. We've got 10 songs now to check out for this lesson. Now, I would recommend, of course, that you have a go at working out all 10, although you probably find that you've encountered some of them if you've been following along with my beginner course, because some of them are nice and easy. That's what we want. I am absolutely open to song suggestions here too, so do remember over on the website, there's going to be a text part for this lesson where I'm going to add additional songs to these 10, other new songs that people suggest that are going to be good, or ones that I found as I'm researching songs for other transcribing lessons. I feel like, that'd be a great song for this level. I'm going to add it over on the website as well. So here I'm going to give you 10, but you'll probably find that there'll be a few more over on the website, maybe even a lot more. So let's get started on our 10 songs. First one is a song that most of you would never have heard before unless you've done my course. It's called Me and Charlie, and it's by a guy called Lee Hazelwood, who famously wrote a lot of stuff with Nancy Sinatra. It's kind of like a folky kind of a thing. It's only got 3 chords. You should definitely know those chords by now. Again, there'll be a hint on the website, but try not to look at them if you can. You should know those chords for that song, so just go and have a listen. Yeah, it's a good one because not that many people will have learned it before. Second one, Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan. It's got 4 chords in it. You may have, that's quite a popular one to have learned early on, so you might know that one already. If you don't, have a go at see if you can work it out by ear. If you do the Guns N' Roses one, remember the chords are slightly different. There's a lot of power chords in that one, and they detune a semitone. So it's an important thing that you might not have thought about. Okay, next one, Lucky Man by The Verve. Now, this one's only got 3 chords. One of the chords is neither major or minor. There's your little hint. So there's hopefully, if you've been following along my course, you'll be like, oh yeah, those chords that were neither major or minor, they were called chords. And this song has one of those. The other 2 are just regular standard chords. It's only 3 chords all the way through. Definitely a great one to check out. Working Class Hero by John Lennon. 3 chords. This one can be a little bit weird if you listen to the bass note, because sometimes the bass note doesn't go to where you might expect it to. But again, a really, really great song to be working out on your own. Wonderful message as well. There's a little bit of swearing in it, so if that's something that you might find difficult, then maybe skip this one for that. For What It's Worth by the Buffalo Springfield. Again, super simple chords. You would definitely know what they are. You should have been playing these chords for quite some time. Just go for it. See if you can figure that one out. Some of the chord changes happening a little bit faster in that one, but I'm sure you can handle it. Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. Next one on there. So it's only 4 chords all the way through. Should be all relatively familiar. The one thing that you might find a little bit sticky here is that there's a lot of other things going on at the same time. It's not just acoustic guitar up the front. There's guitars playing higher up, arpeggios and stuff like that, and you've got to train your ear to just be focused in on what the chords are and then strumming it along, and not allowing yourself to get distracted by the other stuff, because that's probably the biggest problem most beginners face, is being able to stay focused on what the chords are without getting distracted and running off trying to work out the minutiae, these little details. I still do it. I work out the basic chords first of all, what the structure is, and then I go into doing the details. I would strongly suggest you do the same and learn to ignore that stuff. Just find the simple chords first of all, and then work on embellishments after that if you feel so inclined. And another super simple one, Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen. It's a really good fun one again. Only got 3 chords all of the way through. Don't think I need to give you any hints, but again, there will be one over on the site if you want. Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something, another one of those 3 chord classics. Really, really nice one. Different chords to the ones that we've been doing before. Next one, Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. Now, a lot of people are going to listen to this and go, oh my God, I can't work this out, because the strumming is a little bit more complicated. He's doing this really cool thing where he's kind of palm muting as he strums along. There's a little bit of muted action in there. So this one, the challenge here is to get through that and just hear what the chords are. Can you hear the chords and figure out what the chords are? Don't worry if you can't play the strumming the same as the record yet. Get over that. Just go like, okay, my job here is to work out the chords. Can I figure out the chords? Make up your own strumming. Try and copy it if you really want, but that's not the point. The point is to work out the chords here. And I got one more. This one's got an interesting thing which some of you will love and some of you will loathe. It's in E-flat tuning, which means each string of the guitar goes down 1 semitone. I mentioned it before. Guns N' Roses do that a lot. If you're going to work out any Guns N' Roses song, you have to tune every string down 1 semitone. Or you put a capo on the first fret, tune your guitar as normal with a tuner, and then take the capo off. It's another way of getting to that mythical E-flat tuning that people stress about so much. In the 90s, everyone tuned their guitar to E-flat tuning. I did. All my formative years of playing guitar were in E-flat tuning. And interestingly, if I tune my guitar up without a tuner, like when I'm changing strings, I always tune it perfectly back up to E-flat tuning. Really weird. I don't know how that happens, but it happens pretty much every time. Anyway, the song will be Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. It's just a really nice one. That one's using the stuck 3/4 chords, which is something that you should have learned in grade 2 if you're following along with my course. If you haven't learned those before, I would definitely recommend going and have a look. So that's your 10 songs. But what I really encourage you to do now is to not get bogged down in the minutiae. Don't be worrying about strumming patterns too much, or if there's embellishments, if there's little twiddles or whatever, the different layers of guitar. Your job now is to try and move all of that to the side, find what the chords are and the order of the chords to be able to play along with the song, with the original recording, just doing simple strumming, not worrying about it too much. If you really love the song, if one of those songs that I've mentioned there is like, oh man, this song's killer, I love to play this song, put more effort into it and work out some more of the stuff. Work out exactly the strumming pattern. Work out any link lines or fills or chord ornaments or whatever level of detail you feel like you can have a go at. If you have a go at doing something you can't do it, doesn't matter. Wasn't on the agenda anyway. Okay? Feel free to try. There's going to be no harm in having a go at trying to work out something that's too hard, right? The only thing that happens is that you might not be able to do it, and then you feel, oh man, I'm hopeless at this, I'm not cut out for transcribing, my ears are made of cloth or whatever. It's just not true. You have to learn, learning to transcribe is something that you just hit it real hard and you fail and fail and fail, and sometimes you get a little bit of success and you just keep going and then you can do it. Or if you follow along with my course, we're going to keep it going just incrementally and gradually making it a bit harder. It's a lot easier to do it that way, because I'm telling you, hey, all of these songs, chords that you know already, you should be able to have a go at it. And then if you want to have a go, push yourself a little bit more and work out a little bit more of the minutiae, a bit more of the detail, that is absolutely fine too. I really appreciate your song suggestions here too. So if you're watching this lesson, you're going, oh man, he didn't mention this song. This has only got really super easy chords, especially ones where the guitar's really up front. okay, where it's very obvious you can hear like an acoustic guitar or electric guitar up the front with those nice easy chords, with definitely no bar chords or anything fancy going on, do let me know in the comments over on the website, and I'll include it in the main text for this lesson after I've checked it out and, you know, made sure that I'm curating good stuff for you. So yeah, do go and check out the website as well, because you will find, hopefully, you guys are going to give me lots of great suggestions, and I'll be able to expand that list, because I feel like it was the most frustrating thing for me when I was learning guitar. I could do power chords, I could do single lines, okay, but when it came to chords, there was always songs that had like one chord that I couldn't figure out. Loads and loads of like acoustic strumming songs have B minor in it. And if you haven't learned your B minor bar chord yet, you might be able to work it all out, and it'll be really frustrating because you'll try every chord and none of them fit. Which, if you don't know the chord, it ain't going to work, right? So that's why I feel like giving you this kind of incremental pathway where you can learn to transcribe really, really makes it a lot easier. Coming up after this, we're going to go back and we're going to do some more power chords, but some slightly harder songs, some more riffs, but slightly harder riffs. And then we're going to come back and look at some more chord stuff. But this time we're going to have next time, we're going to have a look at using a capo and some other slightly more interesting things that you're going to encounter on your journey. Anyway, I'm hoping to introduce you these things one step at a time, so that when you do encounter them in the real world of songs that you really want to learn to play on your own, that you'll be able to. That's the plan. So please have a go at as many of these songs as you can. I've got to say, don't leave the chords in the comments on the lesson. Somebody was doing that last time. I had to delete them all. So yeah, don't leave the chords there. Okay, you can just say to me, hey, yeah, I've worked it out. Or you could say, hey, I need a bit of help with this or something. Might be able to work that around, and I add some more tips. But don't just write down what the chords are and spoil it for others who may not have finished doing all of the chords just yet. So there we go. That's the first session for open chords transcribing. I really hope you have a lot of fun with it, a lot of success with it, and it emboldens you to get into doing as much transcribing as you can, because it's a really important part of your guitar journey. So have a great day, and I'll see you plenty more very soon. Remember, check out all of the other grade 3 lessons over on the website. Bye.